If you trace a line from the highest peaks to the bluest...
Kia ora, ladies and gentlemen listening around the world. It is a pleasure to have you streaming in live to the ProShed World Hardcourt Bike Polo Championships coming to you from Timaru, New Zealand, in the South Island, the heart of it. We are a town of around 30,000 people. If you know Christchurch in the South Island, we're about 2 hours south. It's been many years' work bringing this here, and we are absolutely stoked. It's been 2 days so far of awesome polo action with the wildcard tournament. We've found 10 teams to join the existing to start competing at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. We've had a phenomenal day here of ladies bench tournament. My name is Sam Wilson. I'm from Timaru. I play bike polo. I used to. I'm not very good at it. I'm joined by my good friend House Davidson here as well. Real name Callum, but we know him as House. If you could see him right now, you'd know why. Who has also dabbled before. I'm just going to take you through a bit of a rundown about what we're going to do tonight. So what we're doing is a traditional Māori welcome called a pōwhiri. The pōwhiri is the traditional Māori ceremony, which usually takes place when you go into a marae, which is a Māori house, a place of tradition. The Māori people have always had a strong spiritual belief. Before the start of the main pōwhiri, each side should say an inui, or a prayer, asking for guidance to ensure nothing goes wrong. So the tangata whenua, who are the local people, who are the ones that you will notice mainly in the red t-shirts standing on one side of the court, whom by geology and nowadays by association have a tūranga waiwai, or a situational identity to the marae or the area, which in this case is Aorangi Park on Morgan's Road and the home of the World Bike Polo Championships. So what's going to happen first is they'll be welcomed on. The karanga, or the call, is the first voice to be heard in the pōwhiri, traditionally carried out by a female elder. Now the purpose of the karanga is to weave a spiritual rope, allowing safe passage for the manahiri, or the visitors, to enter or to visit. And I think, I can't confirm, but I think the current world champions, Call Me Daddy, will be helping to lead that. Now after that there'll be a haka pōwhiri, or a welcome dance. The haka pōwhiri is executed by the tangata whenua. Now the purpose of that is to pull the waka, or the canoe, of the manahiri onto the marae with the rope that was woven during the karanga, and to uplift the mana, or prestige the pride of the tangata whenua, their marae, iwi, hapu, and their tapuna, which means ancestors. After that will be a mihi, or some speeches, but we'll get back to that very shortly, as it looks like the pōwhiri is about to begin. We hope you enjoy this. Please join me in welcoming everyone from around the world to the ProShed World Hardcourt Bike Polo Championships of 2016. We are so happy to have all of you here. So what you've just heard there is the karanga, or the call. As I said, that is the purpose to weave a spiritual rope, allowing safe passage for the manihiri, or the visitors, in this case all our polo players, to enter and visit. Now we'll see them all make their way into Court 1. So just while this is going on, the karanga, in a second we'll have a haka pōwhiri, which will be a welcome dance. which is executed by the tangata whenua. I'll introduce House Davidson, who you'll hear from in the next few days. House, nice to have you here.
Nice to be here, Sam.
And over the next few days, we're going to see some insane polo action, man. The last 2 days have been amazing. Just so that you guys know, too, it's been ridiculously hot today.
Yeah, it must have been 27, 28 degrees, and the sun was fair beating down.
And so that's Celsius for our Northern Hemisphere friends. Lovely to have you. It's what, 80 to 90 Fahrenheit, maybe. So it's hot enough, just hot enough. And the sun is still out. What's the time? It's pretty close to 8 o'clock at night here. Good thing about this part of the world is the sun doesn't go down until late. Yeah, it's 25 to 8. So it looks like we're about to start with the Hardcourt pōwhiri. So we'll let you guys enjoy that.
Nō reira tēnā kōrua, koutou kei wainganui i a rāua. Tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou hoki. Te kore hi, te kore ti o ngā manu e ti ori atu i te kao awatea. Tēnei te mahi atu ki a kōrua hoki. Nā kōrua te ke o tō tahi. Nā kōrua, nā rātau hoki. Te kōr te reo whakamutuka. Nō reira, o kauta manaaki mo te rōpū nei. Tēnei te mahi atu tēnā kōrua. E te whanaunga o ngā tipa rau. Pai ki e te tōhara. Paraurangi te tangata, pukurangi te maunga. Tēnei te mihi atu e te whanaunga, rau mai, hara mai, tauti mai roto tēnei rohe i tīnei o tō whanaunga o tahu pōtu. Nō reira, tēnā koe, tēnā rawa. Koutou rā o ngā haue pā ko hara mai nei, kei raro i tēnei kaupapa o koutou whakataitai o te pahikara rākau. Nau mai, puki mai, tauti mai. Ka hara mai koutou kei raro i te koro wai o koutou whakataitai. Ki te kimi ai, ki te whai ai, ki te whaiwhai hoki pēr. Ko wai te tima toa poto no te ao hiri nei. Nō reira, nei rā hau mai i taku whare, ko te hapu nutirini, o taku hapu, ko Ngāti Hui rapa, o ngā iwi, ngaitau, Ngāti Māmui, rapu wai, waitaha hoki. Ki te mihi atu kei raro rā, i a rātau o te whare, o te aitara kihi. Nō reira, tēnei te mihi atu ki a koutou, nau mai, piki mai, tauti mai. Ki koutou aku whanaunga mai i te aitara kihi, tēnei te mihi atu ki a koutou. Aha ko kaore he wārua mawi i rongo ki kai atu ki tēnei wā, pai ki te hara mai nei, ki te tautoko kaupapa nei. Rata me ka hara mai rātau i roto i a tātou roni. Nā rātau. Tēnā koutou. Koutou rāta hau kaipu o tēnei tāoni nui o te tihi o maru tēnei te mihi atu kia koutou. Kia koe teimen, koutou rā, ngā kaunihara, nā kai, wahi kara rākau, New Blue just made it up, kā pai. Tēnei te mihi atu kia koutou, tēnā koutou tōna koutou koutou katoa. Kaore he roro toku kōrero, ka uri hari wā. Māku whakamārama i te reo Pākehā.
How's it?
What you just missed, it was a mihi of a speech.
When I'm doing that thing, it's really not a good idea for us to use these things because they say it make us look like a bunch of wusses. So, sorry for the shouting. You thought I was just shouting. That's just how we say hello and peace and goodwill to everyone. Like, you know, and a hello! So, yeah. But in all of that, kōrero, it was about acknowledging the Creator. It was all about, and all the spiritual stuff that comes with all of that creation upon us and within us, within this particular kaupapa. The kaupapa is the World Championship for bike polo, is that right? Yeah. So, you know, talking about, that's what that was all about. It was about acknowledging that, and also washing your feet off the tapu that's on your feet, because until we go through this whole process, you're tapu, and we don't know if we like you or don't yet. Even though there's a lot of you, I'll take you out. So yeah, there's all that kind of process that's going on, but you know, in a good way. It's also about acknowledging not only the living but those that have gone on, and that's what you bring within yourselves from all over the world, from wherever you come from. You're bringing it right here today. And that's what that was all about, was acknowledging all of that part. And we, from our side, we're bringing ours here today, well, they're always here, and then sending them over to where they need to be, wherever that is. I know where mine go, I don't know where yours go, but I sent them somewhere, okay? Sorry about that. The other thing is, what am I up to now? Oh, the kaupapa. That's right, the kaupapa, which is you fellas and what you're doing here today. And this real tournament for bike polo, and you know, this is the first I've ever heard of bike polo, and you fellas are hard out, eh? You know, I was just watching some of you practice or some of the games. I don't know what I'm looking at, but it looked mean. Yeah, but I ain't playing it. I'm too old. That looks painful. But you know, you're here. All of us from all over the world, and you're searching for who's the best team, and you're all going to go hard out at each other, because yeah, if you're going to be the best, well, yeah, you're really going to make them earn it, eh? Because you know you all look like nutters. But you know that's all part of what the kaupapa is. So it's about welcoming you there, because my marae is different from the whānau here. I had to stand underneath that marae too, which is the one at Timuka, which is the hapu Nutirini, and that belongs to my hapu Ngāti Huirapa, and the other senior tribes like Ngaitahu, Ngāti Māmoe, Waitaha, and Rapoi, just to name a couple. And it's from that whakapapa, or that blood link, that genealogical tie to the land here, that I'm actually standing here, and also had to acknowledge Taitaraki here too, because I'm actually doing it on their behalf. So yeah, and on that, yeah, I'll get you once, I'll get you twice, I'll get you 3 times. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā rā tata katoa.
So what you just heard, hopefully, is the kaumātua explaining what that all meant. This is a waiata, a song, and the purpose is to support the speaker, what he's saying, complement that, and the occasion surrounding this whole pōwhiri, acknowledge the speaker's whakapapa, or the genealogy of the group itself. Enjoy.
Apati hono tātai, hono tātai, te hongore kia tātai. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā rā tātou katoa.
I ngā mihi, i ngā maunga, ngā awa, me ngā wahi tapu o tēnei rohi. I ngā mati, ko tai i tēra taha o ngāra. Hai, hai, hai e i te kāinga tūturu. Hai, hai e atu. Tēnā tātou te toa. Tēnā hoki a tātou tini aitua hinga māre, hinga tika, hunungo ngā marae, maho te mo. A kua tangihia rātou, kua mihia, ko poroporo ake nā me pēnei no whakatau, ko rātou nā hōpāno ki a rātou, ko tātou nā whanui ora ki a tātou. Me ki kua te wā ki a rātou, a hoki mai no. Nā kai karanga. Te reo, tuatahi, o tēnei pōwhiri, kāna nui tēnei te mihi, kia koutou katoa. Āhoi tira, te wera, tēnā koe e hoa.
So what you've just heard is a reply, mihi, and thanks of welcoming onto the court o marae. From that, we'll now see one of the boys from Call Me Daddy. Take it up.
I just want to say that we are very happy with Paul, Luca, and I. Sorry. To be very happy to be there in Timaru. It's like a pleasure, and people here is beautiful. The court are beautiful, so I'm sure we're gonna have a great time here, and we're gonna play some great polo. C'est un honneur d'être ici, et voilà, merci beaucoup. Merci.
I'll keep it short. I'm going to head over to the men now. Shoulder.
You're about to hear from the
Te hi
mayor
mōri ora.
of Timaru District, Damon Odi.
Iro rangatira mai, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa. I te upuku unanga te Wira King, tēnā kai. Tērā e Tarakihi marae, nai o matua, tēnā koutou, katoa. Tēnā rā koutou katoa, ko Damon Odi, taku ingoa, ko o te horu matua ki Timaru. Maurira, tēnā rā koutou katoa. Welcome everyone, welcome to sunny Timaru. Some of you will be very happy now I've stood up to speak that the sun has gone behind that building, or you would be getting some serious flash off my forehead. I looked at the long range weather forecast a week ago and it didn't look this good. And I came up here today and there was a women's game on this court, the sun was out, and I thought, Timaru, you rule. And this council, this council had a proposal put to it, and I have a couple of fellow councillors here, Councillor Jack and Councillor Wills. Sam and his team came to the council and we do some small funding, and normally people come in and they ask for some money and we look at it and we think, oh yeah, maybe, maybe not. These guys came in and asked for some substantial funds from this council. They did a presentation and they sold the World Bike Polo Championships to us, and we were blown away. We watched their proposal, we looked at some of the other things that had happened around the world, and we just thought, far out, we have to have this in Timaru. Obviously acknowledge ProShed and being the major sponsor, but I know there's been so much work that's gone on in the background. And I watched the YouTube or the Facebook video of these courts being fabricated on time lapse, and there's people from all around this district that have got behind this and made it happen. And that's how we roll in a small community. We come up with an idea, we go out and we talk to a few people and we say, yeah, that's cool, we can do that. And we do it. And I look around now and look what's been fabricated and what's been put on a council facility in the middle of our town. And I think this is just fantastic. So when I watched the games today, I watched the women's game and I thought, hey, that's pretty cool. Going hard, getting out there, bit of padding being worn, because no doubt there's a bit of pain involved. And that reminded me, you know, pain is only temporary though, isn't it? Like, if you've got to haul your butt to the other end of the court, you might have some pain in your lungs because they're burning, I saw some guy with his arm in a sling. He's probably got some pain for a week or so. I heard some other fella had some pain because he broke his nose and had 2 black eyes. It doesn't matter how long that pain lasts for. Victory lasts forever. Pain doesn't. So, I watched you guys going hard. And I thought, nice. I like that. Going hard. So, hey, look, on behalf of the Timaru District Council, I welcome you to our district. We are the centre of the South Island. We're actually the centre of New Zealand and the universe. It is a very beautiful place. The people are chilled out, they're friendly, and of course we have the mighty Pacific Ocean over to our east here, and behind us in the west we stand under the mighty Mount Cook Aoraki. So it's a very beautiful part of the world, but Timaru is actually the best part of New Zealand. So to you that it's your first visit to New Zealand, make sure you're on your social media and banging that out to the world. Get them back here, and we'll look after you. So I'd just like to finish with a Māori proverb which basically sums up that going hard, and that is to ascend to the heights of your aspirations. And that's what it's about for you guys. You've travelled a long way and you've got some aspirations. So yeah, good on you. So nō reira, iki a ka tiri o ti moana. Tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa.
We've just heard from our man Damon O'Neill, who has the most trendy shoes in the world house.
Faux shark skin, I believe. Faux
shark skin. This is a waiata. Waiata, or a song there by Te Aratiki Marae, who are based in Timaru. This is Sam Callender from Timaru Buck Polo.
I can't speak with the same eloquence as the two have spoken before, or three have spoken before. But I guess it's my job to thank a few people who have made this a very, very special time. First, I would like to thank you all for being part of this and making it really incredible. So thank you so much. This is, I think, going to be the highlight of the whole tournament. Got a list which is a little awkward, but there's been so many people who have got to make this happen. I'm going to run through it. But first, I'd also like to welcome you all here from the four winds of the earth. lands everywhere, almost really. We've got people from Europe, North America, Asia. I want to put a shout out to our friends in Brazil who at the last minute couldn't make it. But yeah, it's really amazing. And people from New Zealand, guys from North Island and Hōngis up there, so big thanks. So I'm now going to, after welcoming you, I'd like to thank a lot of these guys really, because I sort of stand up and do the talking, but it's all these guys that do all the work. So bear with me, but I think this is really important. So I'd like to thank ProSheet, as been mentioned before, but Chris and Steve and their team. Really keen to thank Main Freight and Nathan Murray for their support. Couldn't have done without you. And also Alpine Energy for their support both for this tournament and for the other events. They sponsored the Australasian Champs as well. So Hayden bike polo courts are pretty important, so there's a lot of people who teamed up to make the courts. So for those who are here and those who aren't, I really want to thank Icon Precast, Aoraki Frame Trust, Richard Building, and there's a couple of others that I didn't write down, but there was a lot of people involved. Michael know the list. Oh yeah, Chris Broadhead Building and Steve Brooks Building put a lot of man hours into this thing. There were so many organisations and people coming on board, both pre-arranged a long time ago and last minute, that the lists keep getting updated, but I must have an old list. They just kept coming out of the woodwork, no pun intended. A big thanks to Top 10 Holiday Park, the Oxford and Benny's again. And a very special thank you to Sydney Bike Polo. There's an extra special crew there that put a lot of work in to help put these courts and everything together too, from afar. So thanks guys, meant a lot. I'm going to run through a number of other organisations who put a lot of work in. We're going to thank Yellow Design, Husky, Cyclery, Two Stags Cafe, Supreme Coffee, More to You Group and More Food, LID Architecture. They were part of the court build too, but the whole venue design. All About Signs, Horde, Martin Wakefield Accountants, Heartland Potato Chips. Yep, we've all eaten some of that, I think. It's, it's of the land, so it's... there's also some funding organisations that supported us, Timaru District Council. Trust Aoraki, they supported us twice. They helped to, firstly, to bring the first aid here, so that was our first application. It's been used already a lot, and we're only halfway through. And then we asked them to help us to bring out referees. So we've got Matt here from Canada, and that was brought to you by Trust Aoraki. So thank you. There's also some international organisations who have supported this event, which is pretty incredible. So a big shout out to Fixcraft. Fixcraft make the ball that we smash around the court, and it's pretty remarkable that that you can do that to a little object. And they donated those balls as a sponsor. And I think we're the first ever tournament to have a tournament logo on the ball, so we're quite proud of that. And especially proud that logo is an off-take of the Timaru crest, Timaru city crest, so, or district, sorry. Yeah. So the other organisations that have supported it is Milk and Black Star Bags, and they're not so international, but not quite Timaru, so that's why it missed on the list. I must acknowledge Cactus as well. Cactus Outdoors. We also had funding support from Pub Charity. They helped to subsidise the transport for players. So I've got a few special, I guess, awards or trophies in recognition of extra hard work, miles above and beyond the call of duty. But to give context to that, I just want to acknowledge Mike. This has kind of been a big labour of love from him. It was sort of his vision, actually, that saw this come to Timaru. Yeah, I think we would have never, well, I know absolute certainty we would have never started this journey if Mike hadn't said we can do it. And he put, yeah, so it was Mike that I guess laid his, looking for the right phrase that's appropriate. Put himself on the line and said, "I'm gonna see this through. The buck will stop with me." And yeah, so well done, Mike. It's been awesome. And I want to thank all the guys from Timaru Bike Polo and associates and various people. These guys have worked really hard in the build-up, but especially this week as well. Just all here all the time, doing so much. Especially these three guys on the front here, because they sort of helped start it. But all of us have gone real hard out. So I've got a few, two trophies I'd like to give, and Jenny's going to bring them forward. One is to Mark, because he brought bike polo to Timaru, and without that, we wouldn't be here.
Sorry, I'm not very good at talking, but because I'm English, you won't understand. I'd just like to say that these guys are incredible. I might have brought it here, but I gave them a polo mallet and a ball, and they gave the world this. So it's them that consider
a lot of people have obviously helped, but one person has just been there every step of the way, got our backs whenever we screwed up, which I know I didn't. Yeah, Mike did bloody well, but we've always had someone who had our back, and that was Richard. Unbelievable, Richard Brown. We've also got a trophy for Chris and Steve with Pro Sheds, so you can fight over it. But put it in the Pro Shed office, but we couldn't have made it this good an event without you guys, so happy to come forward. There's three non-polo players who have probably put at least as many hours into some of the stuff than we have, and it blows my mind that they keep working, they do everything for absolutely free, and they're going to be here all week. And they are really important because they make us look cool. And if you look cool, that changes everything. That's why we got our funding, right? Yeah, so those three people that I'd love to give a trophy, Joe Bunting, who's doing the live stream. They've cost... Thanks, Joe. He's currently live streaming us, so I don't think he can...
You can't see Joe, but he's
Joe, this is for you, mate.
Heaps.
And Tony Swees, our graphic designer who did the logo, but so much more than that all lie along. So Tony. Not awkward at all, but I'd like to acknowledge Rachel Callender for her photography.
Just in case you're not aware, Rachel happens to be Sam's wife. She's also probably the best wedding photographer you'll ever get. Check her out, calendarphotography.com.
Take a moment just to acknowledge, like, there's a lot of talent in the world, and we come from a tiny corner of it, the most important corner, but it's still pretty small. But to have world-class talent around that sort of area, that would cost us into the tens and tens of thousands of dollars for the quality of service that them and others provide, and to have it right here, and they're doing it passionately, is really cool. So thank you for your patience. I've got one more trophy to give, and that's to someone who I think just does more for this community than we ever imagined. I think we probably know it, but in this part of the world, the glue that holds this tournament, and I think in a lot of ways this community together, I'd like to give one trophy to Virginia. So you can stay standing if you like, that's all right. You've been up and down, so you've done well. I think we're at the end, and or near the end, but there's a few important steps. But my last trophy, honestly last trophy, but no one gets this because we don't know who gets it yet. I'd like to present the World Champs Trophy for 2016.
Yep, so there it is in all its glory.
You have to work hard for this one, guys. Yeah, so thank you so much.
So that was Sam Callender, who's basically the brains behind the operation of Timaru Bike Polo, the World Bike Polo Champs as well. If it wasn't that guy, we wouldn't be getting started. Again, if you're just joining us, that's a waiata or a song. It's to show that we support the speaker and what he said, the occasion surrounding this pōwhiri, and acknowledge the speaker's whakapapa.
Found out we actually like you. I'm not going to waste you all. Welcome. This part is pōwhiri. What it is about sharing of your modi, your heart, your breath, and it's by the pressing of your noses and try not to get butt. I know you get nervous and all of that kind of stuff about it, but please try and not get butt. So what happens is the paipo will lead the way and come over. Most of that night comes in Marae, the woman of the speakers, and people with the mark. That's why it is in our world. You've got to how do you do with this? But it's all about the sharing of breath and the modi. I'm just going to do a quick cut of care just for your talas mahi tomorrow, okay? And just close this part off. No rā mi no tātou I tō matamati rangi whakapita I tēnā mātou I a koe no tō ape e humai nei ki roto I tēnei. Whakamāhana o ngā rāta ko hara mai nei ki roto kāro I a rāta kaupapa. Mai I tō wairo tapu ka whakatau mai nei e au tō kawa te tō ehi ki roto I tēnei wāhi mō a rātau mahi I roto I a rātau whakapatautai a pōpōra. Mai I tō kawa ka pāri ki te e koe he kawa ki te hapa I te a rātau I roto I a rātau tima I te pai ai ki te kimi ai te tima tō o tēnei tāko putano I te āpiripiti. Mai I te wairo e tapu I nau I pāri ki te ki ronga I te a rātau I roto I tēnei mahi kua mahi. Tō ehi tō tapu ka whakakōtahi ai, kia whakapiripiri ai, kia whaka mana ai a rātau ki roto I te āo mārama nei. Kei roto te mga tapu nau puke I taranga tēra tanga kaha me te kurorea. Ake. Tuturi whakamau kia tīna. Tīna! Haumi e, kui e. Ai ki e.
So what we have here, if you've missed, this is a traditional Māori greeting called a Hōngi. It's the first physical contact between the two groups that have come onto the marae, the meeting place, in this case, Court 1. Now, it's not really the widely popularised rubbing of noses as many cultures sort of see it, but in Māori it's the gentle pressing of the nose and forehead, and obviously accompanied at this stage by a waiata. Houseman! How cool is it to welcome the world to Timaru with a pōwhiri like this from Te Ai Tarakihi Marae?
Oh, it's pretty awesome, Samuel. I just really hope that all our visitors have got a real kick out of this. It's pretty potent stuff, pretty powerful stuff. And yeah, I really hope they got something out of it.
The Māori culture is something pretty special, like traditions and values and ancestry, genealogy is hugely important to the Māori people, and we're really, really privileged to have them here. For them to come off the marae and onto the bike polo courts is actually quite a big deal, huh?
Yeah, it really is. And as I said before, I really hope some people get a kick out of it and they weren't too intimidated by everything that was going on, but all in all, pretty special experience.
Yeah, we didn't have the haka, unfortunately. Now, if you've ever seen the All Blacks play, everyone knows the All Blacks, right? Even you Americans listening, you know the All Blacks. The haka is something pretty special. We didn't have one of those. We will at the end of the tournament, so I'm told. So what's going on now is every one of the visitors, every single person that you saw who is visiting Timaru will come over and have a hongi or a greeting, the gentle pressing of the nose and forehead with every single person that was on the other side, including the Mayor, Damon Odie, Sammy Calendar, all our Polo boys that are out there representing. I'm so proud of them, bro.
What they've pulled off is just absolutely something special. Enough can't be said about the effort that all of them put in and the results that we've got out of it.
And of course, mate, 2 days of wildcard tournament. Let's talk for a bit while this is going on. Hopefully you guys can hear us okay, because I know you are trying to listen to the Waiata and watch the Hōngi as well. But let's talk about the wildcard for a minute, because holy hell, the caliber of that tournament was exceptional. Like, if there is anything, I mean, I know there's a lot to come in the next 3 days with the tournament proper, but the 10 teams that have gone through, I'm thinking especially the 3 young guys from Melbourne, who absolutely schooled the New Zealand, or former New Zealand champions, 3 boys who used to be C4. We are in for 3 days of just redonkulous polo.
Yeah, the teams that I can really comment are the New Zealand teams that have caught up in a couple of tournaments locally. And just the level that they've all brought themselves up to for this is something really amazing. They've just, from the Australasian champs a few years ago to the Winter Whack not all that long ago, and then to now, the progression has been exponential rather than linear. They've been really amazing.
Let's talk about the girls' tournament today. The women's bench tournament. These girls put a lot of the guys here to shame. The skills, not only the bike skills, but the ball skills, and the way they conduct themselves around the court. I mean, these girls are freaks, for want of a better word. They're freaks.
Yeah, real commitment out there and just really pushing stuff everywhere. It's really good to see. It was good that we had enough time in the middle of the tournament, so to speak, to get it on, and it was really good to see.
Kat from Barcelona. I was talking to her over at the bar today, of all places. Funny that's where I stand. House is just standing up because he's got cramp. It's hilarious. Kat from Barcelona, in the middle of it, at the bar, came over, had a yarn, was just yarning away. I was like, oh, what's up with your elbow? She was like, oh, just, I fell on it 3 times, no biggie, couple of pieces of ice in the bag of empty vegetarian sausages. Vegetarian snarlers she's not interested in, couple of bits of ice, and she was all in there, bro. I mean, these girls are fantastic. I've seen bruises in places. Well, I mean, I've seen bruises in those places before, but never from polo balls. He's done. He's cramped up hard. So you'll see that the Hōngi's still going on. This Hōngi will take quite a wee while. Every single person goes through. Every single person has a Hōngi. They touch noses, the nose and the forehead. It's a gentle pressing. It's a traditional Māori greeting. Look, you've got your own traditions and cultures. We've got ours. This is the Māori one. If you are watching, we're so happy to be able to bring you this pōwhiri. The pōwhiri is the traditional Māori welcome ceremony. The Māori, of course, the people of New Zealand. And we're in Timaru. Little old Timaru in the Central South Island house. This is a town of, you may have heard us before if you're just joining us, 30,000 max. We've got a few pubs. We've got a hospital. We got now a world tournament in bike polo. We're pretty proud, mate.
Yeah, Sam, there's 28,000 people in Timaru at last census, and every single one of them is a complete cracker.
Except, of course, for the people in Te Ai Tarakihi Marae who are here and doing such a fantastic job, Craig. You're awesome, mate. That's good. We bring some racism to the live stream. That's all right, man. We've got plenty of Aussies here for that too. As well, by the way, did we win the cricket yet?
We absolutely have won the cricket, Sam, by about 150 runs. So get that up, yeah.
Oh, get up, yeah, Australia, all right. Hopefully you're listening from Australia, that's all right. We don't care about cricket this week because bike polo is a whole other sport. Let's talk about the Timaru teams for a second. So we have 2 full-blown Timaru teams that were officially qualified for the tournament. So with the host spot is the team of 3 up, which is Lewis, Yarkatak, Yarka. There's Michael Broadhead, who is involved with Lit Architecture, a massive sponsor of this tournament, and Richard Brown, who just received an award down there in the opening ceremony as well. These guys haven't been playing together that long, and yeah, they qualified for Worlds. No biggie.
Yeah, they're all pretty talented polo players. They should be able to pull it together pretty well. I mean, they've been playing together for a long time, so I mean, on the limited time together they've had recently, they should still be able to hopefully put in a decent effort.
I like the way you totally contradicted yourself on that one. No, that was good. Playing together a long time. They've been playing together quite a short time. These guys 3 up, and it's a new name. He's off for a dart, leaving me hanging. That's cool, man. I'll take the reins. And then Ash Sandwich is the other team who comprise of Sam Callender, who you heard speak so well. Was it eloquently? I don't know. He did good. Did Sammy, who is really the brainchild behind this event, and Ash Manson, who's the man not only playing polo for the next few days, but making us a shitload of coffee. And Ash Ronald as well, who's operating the drone. If you haven't seen that on Facebook, those videos, check us out. Follow Timaru Bike Polo or the Bike Polo World Champs, anything on Facebook, Twitter, hashtag the hell out of it. You'll find us. Those 3 comprise Ash Sandwich. Now, they are the current South Island champions. They finished up pretty strongly at the New Zealand champs recently, finishing second to an Auckland team, whose name escapes me right now. But they're really looking forward to it as well. There are also some other Timaru players comprising teams, obviously, with the wild card. There's a few teams making up spots here and there, but they are also involved. All right, so with that, folks, we're going to leave you from Oldingi Park on Morgans Road in Timaru, middle of the central South Island in New Zealand. No, we're not part of Australia. Just Google us. You'll find us. It's been a pleasure having you as part of the opening ceremony. I was watching the live stream from work today, earlier today, watching the ladies' bench, and I saw comments from people who are in the Ukraine, Mexico, Brooklyn came up. I saw they were having a party in Portland, Chicago. What up? It's freaking awesome having all you guys with us. We are stoked. So keep sending those messages in. Tweet, the hashtag. If you don't know the hashtag, I think it's WHBPCVII. I hope that's probably wrong. Go to the Facebook, find it out, or find it on the Twitter. We're going to be back from 9 a.m. tomorrow, New Zealand time. 9 a.m. tomorrow, New Zealand time. And if you don't know what time that is in your time, that is in just over 12 hours, approximately 12 and a half hours, or just under, for the first official game of the Pro Shed World Hardcourt Bike Polo Championships, direct from Timaru, New Zealand. It's the smallest place ever to host them, and players are saying it's the best, so we're stoked. Love to see you back tomorrow. My name's Sam. I'll be back over the course of it with, of course, other people who have played a lot more polo than me, because I played limited and are knowledgeable about it. Until then, we'll catch you. Peace.